Building time. Building time. Who will win and who will fall? Find out when we burn the wall. It's building time.
Hello everybody, and welcome back to Mega Building Time. This is the show where me and Stampy Cat need to mega build in time on a Mega Friday.
On a Mega Friday. I'm excited for this. Mega building time.
It's gonna be so good, so good. 1 whole hour. Well, four videos, but 1 whole hour.
Yeah, so you might be looking at the video saying that's not an hour long. So basically, if you don't know what Mega Building, well, we'll get to Mega Building Time in a minute. But first, we got some housekeeping, don't we? We got to talk about the last boring standard building time that we did last week, where we had to build blimps.
Yeah, so you can see Stamps' blimp is there. It's got a lovely cake on it. Mine was this one. People
and then your plane or whatever this is supposed to be.
Whoa, it's a nice blimp. This is my rendition of a blimp.
I like it. It looks good, but it's not a blimp.
Good. Okay, well, I think it's a blimp. It's a squiddy blimp, okay? It's a blimp in my mind. That's all that matters, okay? It doesn't matter if it's factual, okay? When has building time ever been factual?
You can think it's a rainbow dragon. That doesn't make it anything else than what it is, Squid. It doesn't.
Anyway, so people have been voting. We've counted it up. Well, we haven't. YouTube has. And the votes are in. And Stampy Cat got 64,000. And Squid got 54,000. So you're the winner, Stamps.
Ooh,
well done.
Pretty close though. 10 in it.
10,000 in it. So
I wasn't sure about last week. So it was all based on, I think, whether people would think technically about whether it's a blimp or not. I think your inside was better, and my outside was better. I think I might have just edged it because mine is actually a blimp.
But anyway, put your little thing on, put your piece of wool on.
I will. It's my favourite part of the video.
Yeah.
It's the only reason I show up in the morning, Squid. Well, the early afternoon. Let's be realistic.
Yeah.
We don't record in the morning. I don't think we've ever recorded in the morning.
It's been a long time since we've done that. But these are the brand new arenas. These are absolutely huge. Apparently they're 4 times the size of the original building time plots.
Yeah, so these are 52 by 52, and then the wall is twice as tall as well. So it's like 40 blocks high, the wall as well.
You don't actually get a feel of the area to actually like walk around like in like a first person. This is crazy.
Well, I think kind of comparing it to like if you look. So you can see one of these ones and the giant ones. Then that way you can see it's a lot bigger.
Oh man, it's gonna be intense. So the stakes are high, as we've been mentioning. There's gonna be 4 episodes. It's gonna be an hour long. It's worth 4 points, but it's also worth the Magical Animal Club play button. So
yeah, so the Magic Animal Club YouTube channel is almost at 1 million subscribers. So hopefully it'd be good if it hit 1 million subscribers during this. Would be nice. Hint, hint.
Yeah.
So basically, whoever wins this, when we get the giant gold play button, only one of us can have it. And so the winner of this is going to get the play button. And, we both genuinely really want to have the play button. So this is like added pressure, let alone the points for this. There's added pressure to get the play button.
Yeah. So let's get started, mate. Should we do it? I'm pretty nervous. This is.
I really hope it's a good topic.
Battle.
I really hope it's not like.
I don't know what it's gonna be.
I hope we're not building another like duck pond or like build a lamppost.
Build a lamppost. Right. Okay. You ready?
Yeah. Pull it.
Enchanted Forest.
Ooh. And that's by Joe Leeming suggested that one. Thank you, Joe.
That's actually a really good topic. That is quite an amazing topic.
And it gives us lots of room for interpretation. And I know what you're going to do. The first thing you're going to do is go get your little jungle saplings out and get all your big jungle trees. I know you. I know what you're going to do, Squid. I'm probably going to do the same. An enchanted forest. Right, well, that's what we're going to be building for the next 4 episodes, which is going to be really exciting. But are you ready to begin the mega building time?
I'm more than ready. Yeah, I'm super ready. I'm super excited.
I'm mega ready.
Wow, yeah, that's it. I'm mega ready. Let's go. You ready?
Yeah. 3,
3, 2,
2,
1.
Go, 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 go.
Go.
Right, so basically I'm going to be building for 15 minutes. You can see the 15-minute timer as always, but that's not until the end of time. That is basically until until I finish for this episode, but I'm going to have another, 3 more sets of being able to build for 15 minutes. So let's start building then, shall we? Let's start placing blocks. So an enchanted forest. I'll start doing something like the terraforming. I don't want this to be flat. I want this to look like a proper terraformed world. So I'm just going to go and start building just to shake things up a little bit. So I want lots of trees and stuff. I could do it as if there's kind of like fairies that live in the enchanted forest. That could be quite a cool thing. Could have a big pool of water. Everything's going to be all like kind of glowing with like sea lanterns and glowstone and stuff. But I want one main big thing. I might build an enormous tree. In the middle, because look how much room I have. I could build a giant tree in the middle, and then I want a bunch of floating glowstone around the huge tree. So let's ignore my little pile of rocks that I started building while I was thinking. And yeah, let's go and build myself a giant tree then, shall we? Let's go for, what type of wood should we go for? Acacia? Jungle dark oak. I'm gonna go for a giant dark oak tree, I think, and this is going to be like the main central thing in the build. The good thing is because I built the wall so high, it's going to be unlikely that Squid's going to see exactly what it is that I'm going to be building for a while. So yeah, let's go and start kind of building this up because we have time. We have time now. Tell you what, let's kind of consider each episode as its own separate building time, because otherwise I think time can really start to run away from you. So I'm going to consider this. I have 15 minutes to build a giant tree. Okay, and then the next episode I might say, right, I have 15 minutes to build the lake or the waterfall or, the inside of the tree. And then I can say, right, I got then 15 minutes to build, the rest of the trees. And then the last one can be 15 minutes to just do all of the finishing touches. I want to entirely cover this place in flowers. I think would look really cool, and just go absolutely crazy with all of the decoration. But I guess while I'm kind of building up this giant tree, this would be a good time for us to for me to start thinking about the story. I always like having a bit of a story in my builds, I want a character maybe. So who lives inside of the giant tree? That's the question we need to ask ourselves today. What? So it's an enchanted, let me see, it did say enchanted forest in it. Let me try and be careful not to see squids here. Yeah, enchanted forest. So it's got to be magical, doesn't it? What's the matter? I'm thinking enchanted forest. The first thing I do think of is fairy. So maybe it's a fairy lives inside of this enormous tree. Do you think that would be a good idea? Then I could actually kind of build the fairy, and they could have I could do giant mushrooms as well, and they could be giant mushroom houses. That could be a pretty cool thing to include as well. So I might do some of that, and just do I might do it like it's a little village. So rather than just doing it like a normal natural forest, I might do it like it's a tiny village full of all of these little fairies, and then they can all have different homes, and maybe one of them can live in a hill, one can live in a mushroom, the leader can live in the giant tree, and then they can all kind of have their own different homes, in a variety of different ways. One could be in a tree house, one could be in an old tree stump, basically all the different variations of trees they can live in. There we go. I think that would be cool. Then I can have a little bit of a backstory to my enchanted forest, and come up with a name. It could be Pixietopia. Pixietopia? Yeah, maybe they're pixies rather than fairies. I like the word pixies. So this is Pixietopia. This is what I've decided to start building, because why not? But for now, and let's focus on this tree looking good, because I'm not good at building trees. I'm not good at building very natural looking things. And I want to be able to make sure I can kind of get this built quick and efficiently. Because the problem with the way I'm kind of doing it at the moment is I've basically just built a big tube, but it doesn't look very natural. So I'm going to go crazy and kind of add a bunch of roots around the bottom. And then once I start adding a bunch of branches coming off the side, it could make it look quite realistic. But I think this is a great way to fill the space from the very beginning. Just because there is so much room that I have to build in. I think this is gonna take up a decent amount of space, just kind of with all of the branches that are gonna be coming out at the top here. So yeah, let's go and start filling in some of these branches then. I guess they can kind of go all the way around like this, and then I'm just gonna go and completely cover all of these with all of the different leaves. So I think I'm going to mainly just have the branches kind of coming out around the top here. Like, it'd be good to make them a little bit thicker than this, but yeah, I really want to go for speed here because I've built big, so I kind of have to I have to kind of, as always, sacrifice the detail a little bit whenever you build this big. So yeah, I'm just going to go as crazy as I can placing blocks like this. And whenever I'm trying to do something like this, I just keep pressing the left trigger as fast as I can. So I just kind of press the left trigger and kind of move around like this, and then that way, like, you know, you kind of probably end up building it better than if you spent loads of time thinking about it, just because, you know, you're not overthinking it, and that's a good way to make it kind of feel a little bit more natural. And then the bit I kind of struggle with trees like this is kind of like that middle bit, like what to do with that. I guess I can kind of do more branches kind of going up out the middle than across to the side, and then kind of cover the top with leaves. I just want this to look good. It's kind of quite difficult to get the scale of trees as well in terms of like how tall they are. Like, I think considering how thick that is, the trunk, I think that maybe it should have gone up higher. It looks like a bit of a weird shaped tree, but I think I'm gonna make it look good because I'm gonna kind of make it like a bit of like a glowing magical tree as well, and I can kind of go a little bit silly with it. So I think it's gonna end up looking like a bit of a unique tree, but I think it's going to be a good one. So yeah, as I said, that's kind of gonna be the main focus on this episode, is to build my my enormous tree. And it'd be good to not only get the outside done today, but to get a decent amount on the inside done, because we have done some special building times before where we had kind of extra time. I think that was one, wasn't it, when we had to build the future? That one we had extra time as well, but that was a much smaller arena, and the problem is when you have more time, the problem is that you know you have more time. Like, because I'm building this and I know I have more time, like I might not build as fast, or I might just try and be so much more ambitious, it kind of ends up backfiring. Like, what would be amazing is for us to think we only have 15 minutes, and then at the end, someone comes in and says, oh yeah, by the way, you have another 15 minutes, and then another 15 minutes, because every time you'd build it and kind of finish it, but then you'd have an extra 15 minutes to add more detail, and you'll probably end up with something better than if you knew you had all of this time. So that's kind of the risk, is the fact that I know I have all of this time. I might try and build, I don't know, a little bit too ambitious maybe. Right then, let's try and sort out this this top section then a little bit. This is always the part that kind of confuses me. I guess I can kind of do like some branches kind of just kind of going straight up like that, like up and out. That might be a good way to do it. And then if I kind of just cover all of the rest of the gaps and leaves, I think that might end up looking okay. I'm just trying to make this look like it is going all over the place. To be honest, this might sound ridiculous, but my left hand's starting to ache a bit. I've been like pressing just the left trigger really fast, non-stop for all of this time. And my hand, like, you know when your hand just feels a bit fuzzy? Does that make sense? Does your hand ever feel fuzzy? You know, like, it's normally when you first wake up, or like if you've accidentally been leaning on your hand a little bit, and like it feels like a bit fuzzy is the word I keep using, and also you're like weak, you know, sometimes like you feel like you can't grip very hard. I kind of feel like that right now, but I can't use that as an excuse. I can't let that slow me down. I need to keep building this as fast as we can. I'm actually thinking this is actually looking okay, isn't it? This isn't looking too shabby, is it? Not at all. So let's go and carry on doing this with the branches at the top. I'm not kind of going too high with these. These are kind of more just going out rather than up. And then I am going to build kind of more of like a normal ceiling for like the top of the log, because of course, I mean, it's not really supposed to be hollow. I'm going to leave it hollow because I'm going to be building stuff on the inside. But I want at least the top to be completely blocked off. I don't want you to be able to kind of see through the leaves inside of it. So let's kind of start getting a few of these little gaps down here and start filling all of these in, and then there's kind of a big gap there which we can go and try and fill in. And yeah, now let's just go and try and block this entire area off. So if I had more time, I would kind of make sure these logs are all kind of facing like vertically rather than horizontally, so you can see the like the top and bottom of the logs, but I don't really have time. Like, I know it seems like I have time because we have an hour building, but yeah, I don't want to waste any time trying to get them all the right way around. So this will do just fine. I'm just going to fill the entire thing in, and then I'm going to start adding the leaves, because that's when the tree is going to really start taking shape and really kind of looking like an actual tree rather than a giant twig. So yeah, once I've kind of filled this in, I'm going to like first step back and have a little bit of a look at it. and then I'm going to go and start adding in some of the leaves. So let's kind of try and find my way out of here, and let's go back and have a look at my lovely tree. I think it's looking good. I think it's looking okay. I don't know if I can like I might make these a little bit thicker and go out a little bit further because they're looking like a little bit stumpy. Of course, like they're going to be built out a lot more when I add the leaves anyway, so I don't need to worry about that. But I think still I can kind of make them a little bit thicker just to make it like more of a grand tree, because I think no matter what else I build, this is going to be the big standout thing. Like when you look at my build, this is going to be the first thing that anyone sees and kind of like the big standout thing. So I really want to get this tree perfect, because if this tree looks weird or silly or rubbish in any way, then that is like gonna basically ruin the entire build. So I got to get this absolutely perfect. So I'm just basically now going back over all of these branches, making them a little bit thicker and a little bit longer as well. So then that way, like when I add the leaves, it's going to be perfect. Like it's much better to kind of worry about doing this now, you know, rather than once I've already added the leaves on, because by that point there's really no going back. So yeah, let's go and try and get the lots of these branches down. And then I also need to decide what type of leaves, because I think that when people build trees, they often kind of match up the leaves with kind of the trees that you normally see. I just remembered my little pile of cobblestone down there, which I started building for no reason whatsoever. But yeah, a lot of people just do the leaves kind of as you would expect. You know, if they build out of oak wood, they do oak leaves and stuff. But I think it's always fun to kind of mix and match them and kind of do them, you know, differently to how they would normally be in Minecraft. So I might go for jungle leaves. I really like jungle leaves. I think they might be my favorite style of leaves in Minecraft. So I might kind of mix the dark oak with jungle leaves just to kind of make this stand out. And I might even add a whole new branch kind of coming off this one, because yeah, you can normally have like branches coming off other branches, which is something I haven't really done very much. But to be honest, I don't have a huge amount of time to do that anyway. But there we go. That's looking much better now. I do like that. So of course I need to add the roots, and I'm also going to play around with the trunk a little bit. Like I can kind of do maybe like a few bits kind of going up like this, like make it not look entirely flat, or add like a few smaller branches. But overall, I think this is looking pretty good. So let's leaf it up then, shall we? We basically just need to go and cover this entire thing inside of all of the leaves. So this is where I'd be getting really panicky if this was a normal building time. Like if the challenge was to build a giant tree, and then I was at this stage and I had, what have I got, like 2.5 minutes left? I would be absolutely panicking. But now I'm okay, because I know I'm not going to even get this entire tree done this episode. But this is the big thing. This is, as I said, the standout thing. Like everything else, I'm going to be, you know, I'm not going to build anything a similar size to this throughout the rest of the build. What I'm going to do is I'm going to build all of like the little houses and link them up and add just flowers everywhere and lights everywhere. And I'm kind of just going to not build anything else big, but I'm just going to kind of try and overwhelm with detail. I'm just going to have detail absolutely everywhere. So then I got my big kind of eye-catching standout thing here, and then everything else is just going to have so much detail. I think kind of once the entire thing's together and you kind of look at it all as one thing, it's going to end up looking awesome, because I feel like there can't be anything that Squid's building right now that is as big with as much detail as this. Like this is pretty much as big, you know, with detail that I could possibly go while building in this time, because to be honest, I don't think I could have built this much faster. As I said, I've almost hurt my hand from pressing the left trigger so much. Like I've been pretty much non-stop placing blocks. So to get something built this big, I think I pretty much did it as quick as I could, and I came up with the idea pretty good. So, you know, I'm pretty happy with how things are going so far. But the way we have decided to do this is we're not going to look at each other's builds, what we're doing, until the time is up. So of course, you know, we're uploading these over a month or so. And the reason we're doing this, by the way, is because as you're watching this, we are currently at Minecon. So we kind of needed to record a little bit ahead so we could leave. But yeah, what this means is if you want, you can go and see Squid's view. You know, maybe you've already seen it, so you know what Squid's building and how good it's, you know, going, how well he's doing. I have no idea. So I am going to be in the dark the entire time this is going to go on. You know, I am not going to know what I'm kind of up against until I burn the wall, until it's all revealed at the very end, which I think just makes the entire thing a lot more nerve-wracking for me. I am getting a bit worried now though, because I mean, obviously I'm pretty much run out of time for today's episode, but these leaves are taking a lot longer than I expected. They're actually taking way longer than building the branches themselves. So I am getting a little bit worried that doing the rest of these leaves is gonna end up taking much longer than I first expected. Maybe it wasn't such a good idea to build this quite so big with so much detail, but I've kind of committed to it now. There's not really anything else that I can do. And there we go. That is time up for episode number 1. So let's kind of go back and review our progress. We built the big branches, the big trunk down there. I got a little pile of cobblestone, so I need to kind of go crazy with leaves in the next episode. I also might start adding in some glowstone and maybe like a few different types of leaves as well to add a bit of variety that way rather than just only having it jungle leaves. But overall, I am pretty happy with my start to the mega build. So the way we're going to do this is there's going to be nothing for you to vote for. We don't need any suggestions for topics from you. Basically, next week I will be continuing this build for another 15 minutes. And as always, I'm going to go and link in the description the next episode of Building Time when it's online. So yeah, you can carry on watching it. But yeah, so far, so good. That's the end of this episode of Building Time now, though. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye!